Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
Who's behind that book? Well, I've got Will here again with me this morning to do our second Storymakers lessons on the stars. Remember that if you want to pick up one of these zines so you can follow along at home, you can just let me know and have your parents come by and pick up one of our extra sets or the materials to do the lesson with us. And so today in chapter 2, we are going to be talking about a promise. So the first picture that we're going to look at is this one right here. Will, what do you see in this picture?
Map.
A map? So what do you know about maps? A lot. So what do maps do?
Tell you where to go, what to do, where stuff is, and how high stuff can be.
So what else do you see on the map? People. Animals. What kind of animals are you looking at?
Mostly camels and elephants.
Do you see any other important details on that map that you want to share?
No, not really.
No. What other details on a map might be important?
Oh, I see.
A compass. Yep. So you'll know which way the map is turned. All right, so let's read our story to find out why we are looking at a map today. Do you want to read the Bible verse, or do you want me to read it for today? Okay, our Bible verse today is from Genesis chapter 13, verse 16. I will make your offspring as the dust of the earth, so that if one can count the dust of the earth, your offspring also can be counted. What do you think about that? Can you count the dust of the earth?
No.
Oh, so that means that the offspring that God promised in the story today, there's going to be a lot of them, right? So many that they can't be counted. Okay, so on page 17, I'm going to be the narrator, and Will says that he is going to be God and Abraham. Okay? So do you know which ones are yours? The pink and the light green? Okay. All right. God spoke again, this time to a man named Abraham.
Abraham! What do you speak today? I will create 12 tribes from your people.
Abraham said,
But I have children.
I have no children.
But I have no children.
Fear not, Abraham. Gather your family and leave the land of Ur. You're up, Abraham.
Lord, is that really you? And where we worship the moon?
Abraham, I promise I will make you a great nation.
That's me.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Abraham, I promise I will make you a great nation. Yes, Lord, you are the creator of all, I believe.
After Abraham spoke with God, he shared God's plan with his wife, Sarah. So Abraham and Sarah are major characters in our ancient text.
Yep.
Sarah was very clever, and Abraham had the gift of faith. So when God spoke with Abraham, Abraham followed him. He was an older man. He was very old when God told him that he was going to have children. And he and Sarah didn't think that they could have children. So it was kind of a crazy idea of what God was telling Abraham. And it seemed impossible to them. But like all the stories leading up to Abraham, God works through the lives of ordinary people.
Yep.
So, Will, do you know what faith is? What is faith?
You believe in something or yourself or something.
And so what is faith in God?
That you believe in.
Even though we can't see Him, right?
Yep.
And even though we don't know what He has planned for us, we still believe in God, right?
Yep.
Did you know that during most of life, we don't see what is ahead, but we know that God is there? So do you know what's going to happen tomorrow?
No, but I know one thing that's going to happen today.
What?
You remember my blue, it's the outside for my...
Oh yeah, you are getting some stuff delivered at the house, so you do know that that's coming. So can you remember a time when you knew that God was with you?
rope swing.
When?
Rope swing.
When you were on the rope swing, were you a little scared?
No, when I slammed my back into the water.
Oh, and it hurt, but you knew God was there to make it okay?
Yep.
Okay.
After I did it again.
Well, God is with us all the time. We have to look for Him every day, right? Okay. Okay, so you see God? Okay. So your activity today, Will, is to make your own map in your book there on page... What page is that? On page 21 and 22, and you're supposed to draw in those things on the checklist. So
wait, they're going to Turkey?
Yes, they traveled all the way from Turkey to Canaan. That's a long way, especially if you're on a camel, huh? All right, so
was that all desert?
It was. Okay, Will, so are you going to draw in your map?
Probably.
Okay, so, and then you can think about other things that might be important for the journey as well. Because remember, they're not going in a car or on an airplane. They're going on a camel. So what are the things on the checklist there that they say that you need?
Camels, tents, water, food, pillows, mountains, striped hyenas, snakes, yo-yo, concrete, yo-yo.
Yeah, that must be something else, not the toy yo-yo. I don't really know. So, okay, so why do you think they would put hyenas and snakes on there?
They probably traveled through a pyramid.
Those might be some dangerous things, huh?
And snake pit. And the hyenas were hunting and they fell into canyon.
So on your map, you might want to put a big warning sign there. All right, so you get to work on your map, and then we'll talk about what you.
Okay, I have to do it on the ground.
Okay. All right, so Will has finished his map. You want to tell him anything about your map?
There's a volcano.
There is volcano.
Egypt, an ocean, and a lake right there, final destination.
And the hyena was swimming, you said?
Yep.
So, what is there anything on your map that is like out of the ordinary or weird?
Volcanic islands.
Well, volcanic islands, yes. But they're all things that we know about, right?
Yeah.
And so what we can learn from this lesson is that Abraham and Sarah were ordinary people, and God used them in an ordinary place on earth, and He used them in a very special way.
On earth.
On earth, but it's on earth, and they are real places that we could visit. So just because the story is old and we don't know Sarah and Abraham personally, God still uses people today just like He used Sarah and Abraham. And He can use us right where we are in Fairhope or Spanish Fort or anywhere in Alabama, the United States, or the whole world. Just us ordinary people. And God will use us. And we just have to be willing to follow His plan. He's used you a bunch of different times. I know.
Crazy. They use me for crazy things that my cousins wouldn't do. He's used me for that.
He has. I bet he's used you to help people.
Yep.
Make people smile.
Yep.
All right. Well, everybody have a good week. Go in peace.
Peace out.